this video, I'm going to break down why great leaders are made through following and why it's such an essential part of the journey. When I began my leadership journey, I wasn't handed a title or a position right away. In fact, I had to follow other leaders for years. I watched how they handled pressure, how they made decisions, and how they treated other people. Sometimes it wasn't even about doing what I wanted, but learning what I needed to. And trust me, those experiences shaped the leader I am today. Now, I've also seen people who struggled to follow when they had a chance to. Later, when they were given leadership opportunities, perhaps because they had the right education, qualifications, or had been with the organization for a long time, unfortunately, they failed miserably as leaders because they didn't learn the lesson they were meant to while being led by others. Here are a couple of things that following teaches you. First, it teaches you humility. You quickly realize that you don't know everything. And as a follower, you're in a perfect position to soak up wisdom, knowledge, and skills from people that are ahead of you. It's like being an apprentice. You're learning from the mistakes and successes of others without carrying the full weight of leadership yet. Another critical thing to learn as a follower is patience. Leadership isn't just about quick decisions and big moves. Sometimes it's about waiting for the right moment and knowing when to step in. When you follow, you develop the discipline of sitting back, observing, and understanding that growth takes time. Those moments of waiting teach you the value of the process. Now, before we go on, if you're ready to continue your leadership journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might need this message today. Let's continue. Thirdly, when you're following, you also get an insider view of team dynamics. You learn how teams function from the ground level. You also understand what motivates people, what frustrates them, and how different personalities get to work together. And as a leader, having that kind of empathy and awareness makes you better equipped to serve and lead your team. Two good examples I can think of. One is Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. Tim Cook followed under Steve Jobs for years. He wasn't just learning how to run the business, but also how to lead with vision and innovation. When the time came, Cook was ready to lead Apple to new heights because of his years as a great follower. Now, the other example is Joshua in the Bible. Joshua followed Moses for years, watching and learning how to lead the people of Israel. Joshua wasn't in the spotlight right away. He served faithfully under Moses, learning from his decisions and even his mistakes. And when Moses passed on, Joshua was ready to step into leadership because he had spent years preparing as a follower. So, let's summarize the three keys you're taking from this. First, learn with humility. Being a follower helps you to stay humble and willing to learn from those ahead of you. Secondly, observe and absorb. You get to see leadership in action and absorb those lessons without the pressure of leading just yet. And then thirdly, develop empathy. You get to understand what it feels like to be in the trenches, working as part of a team, which shapes your leadership style. So, before you rush into a leadership role, ask yourself, how well are you following today? The best leaders don't just rise to the top. They grow by learning, observing, and serving first. In fact, I would love to hear from you. Have you ever had an experience where following someone taught you an invaluable leadership lesson? If so, drop a comment below and let's chat. Let me leave you with this quote from Lao, who says, "To lead people, walk behind them." So, if you're following today, don't rush it. you are exactly where you need to be.